What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to some more Marvel Superheroes standard content on the channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at one of my favorite cards during early access, and that is Political Triumph. Now, when we played it during early access, we had this card in a bit more of a pixie shell because it works so well with things like Nurturing Pixie, Sun Pearl Kieran, Stormchaser's Talent, Boomerang basics. It also happens to work very well with token generators. Let's go ahead and talk about this card specifically. So what it does, it's a single white mana enchantment, it's a plan. That's not super relevant for this deck. Whenever a creature you control enters, you scry one and put a counter on the enchantment. And when the fourth counter is put on the enchantment, you get to sacrifice it, draw a card, and put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's a lot of text for a 1-mana enchantment. Let me know if you've seen 1-mana enchantments with that many text before. Comments down below. Why this card is so powerful is it sort of finds you the cards that work with it. Because early on, maybe you're only playing 1 or 2 creatures, maybe a 1-drop, maybe a 2-drop. Those, 1 or 2 scries early on will get you to your token generators. And then once you find the token generators, you can then pop off the Political Triumph, counter on your whole team. The important thing is you draw a card off of it too, so it replaces itself, and you get the whole counter on your whole team. The natural pairing with something like that is, well, cards that make multiple tokens, which we have a couple of. Voice of Victory, Mobilize 2, Last Ronin's Technique, which is 4 mana for 3 1/1s, but you can sneak it for 2 mana, and then Catharsis, which is cool because it's 2 mana for 2 tokens, but it's a creature when it comes into play, so it actually gets you 3 counters on Political Triumph. And also specifically, the cool thing about Catharsis and Ronin's Technique is they are 2-drops some of the time, but they also they give you a little bit of flood insurance. So Catharsis you can hardcast for 6 mana, Ronin's Technique you can hardcast for 4 mana. If you look at the curve of this deck, with these being technically 2-drops, you might say to yourself, why are we playing 23 lands? Well, that's because I want to kind of top the curve off with Elspeth. And normally a curve like this, if you didn't include the Elspeths, maybe you would play 22, maybe you could even go to 21 lands. There is another sort of argument here where because you have Political Triumph and you're scrying so often, you can easily find your land drops with Triumph, so you could potentially get away with shaving the 23rd land. But between the Elspeths, the Techniques, the Catharsis, and the Air Temples, I think it makes sense to play a little bit of a higher land count because Political Triumph can find your gas later on. The 1-drops might feel a little out of place here, but the reason I am playing so many 1-drops is because I want to be able to Last Ronin's Technique on turn 2 every single time I have it. There are going to be some draws where, you have turn 1 Triumph and you don't have the capability of turn 2 Ronins. When you have 1-drop Ronins, you want to be able to do that on curve that into a Warleader's Call, pump your whole team. The one thing I will mention about Political Triumph, specifically with Mobilize, there is a little bit of tension there, because when you're triggering the last counter on Political Triumph with your Mobilize tokens, you're pumping tokens that are going away in the end phase. So it is a little awkward. It just didn't make sense to me to play a card like this without something like Voice of Victory that gives you 2 repetitive triggers every single time. Also, there's a cool line where it's like, okay, so say you have Political Triumph, you attack with Voice gets you your 3rd counter, you can then use Ronin's Technique to sneak one of those tokens back to your hand, create 3 tokens that won't go away end step, and those 3 tokens put the 4th counter, so then you get a counter on all of those tokens, and that I thought was pretty good synergy. Other than that, this deck has some removal spells, 2 Seam Rip and 3 Torch the Tower, because Torch works so well with tokens and Mobilize, and that's pretty much it. A couple of Warleader's Calls, and then Elspeth at the top of the curve. 1 Suki, kind of just as the 5th Warleader's Call. Unfortunately, they only let you play 4 of these. And moving on to the mana base, we talked about the Abandoned Air Temples, 23 total lands, bunch of dual lands, 14 of them. Mana is basically perfect. Moving on to the sideboard, I wasn't really sure what to include here, I'll be honest with you. I didn't do a lot of sideboarding during the games, you'll notice that. Some Exorcises, some High Noons, some Rest in Peace, just kind of like generically good sideboard cards, and a couple of cases. So that is what we are working with today. I gotta be honest with you, when I first saw this card, I was not necessarily impressed. But the more I play with this card, I think this one has the potential to be a major player in Standard. So without further ado, I'll see you back here in just a little bit for the first match. Good. Yeah, see, this is one of those hands where if we draw the Political Triumph, it's a little awkward with all the Mobilize stuff, but Because the mobilized tokens, if you put a counter on the mobilized tokens, they just go away end of turn. So it's not, like, quite as good. It still gives you a bunch of scries, though, so it's, you know, it can only be so bad. Alright, trivia stop. They do Bitter Triumph my voice. Well, I'll just run it back then. Running it back. This bot sucks. What do you mean? It just has like a very, very deep knowledge of... Oh, they discarded Wistfulness. Monka. It has a very, very deep roster in terms of the amount of sets that it holds. It'd be really cool if they didn't have a second kill spell here. Rip. Also rip? Well, I guess my things get also +1, so it's not that bad. Well... I mean, I sure hope they don't have a land and a Cavero. There's not really anything I can do about it. I ain't gonna do it. You know, actually, hold on. If they have Cavero, can they even get back to Bringer? Like, aren't they just dead if they get back Bringer? Because we get 2 voices, they go to... Yeah, they're just dead if they do that. So they can't even cast Cavero. Or at least they can't copy Bringer. Sure. Well, they're also just dead on board. The answer to the first trivia question was trivia contest. That's pretty good. I mean, it's a real Magic card, is it not? Oh, isn't it an unset card? I've never heard of it before, so I'd believe you. Gotta get the draw into that as well. And deal them 3 more damage. I mean, it was lethal anyways, but... I could've... Wait, you get the draw into Technique before blockers? Whoa... I didn't even realize that. The Political Triumph trigger draws when you declare attacks. So you can top the Ronin's Technique, draw into it off Triumph, and then still be able to cast the Ronin's Technique in that combat step. Ooh. that hasn't come up yet, but that is kind of fucked up. Yeah, I mean, I think Political Triumph is really good. I think it's a super powerful card. Chad, I have to board in 3 of these cards, and I don't really know what they should be. I guess Sear, maybe? No, but you can sneak after blockers. So you, like, declare attacks, trigger the Triumph off the Mobilize, top the Ronin's Technique, draw it, they go to blocks, and then after blocks you can still sneak it in that turn. Is what I meant, you know? Maybe like 2 Sears and an Exorcise? Exorcise can clear like a big bringer or something. It is sorcery, so it's a lot worse, but I think it's okay. I mean, look, it can't be that bad, right? Like... Hey, if the first rip is good, the second one's got to be good. That's my logic. Okay. You have greeted the towns. 2 mana 1/1, do nothing. I would never. Concession in 3, 2, 1. No. Alright, playing it up. Which means they have an answer to it? Probably. Does machines. Not great against the Rest in Peace. Not the greatest card against the Rest in Peace. Yeah, I mean, they could play a 4-mana 4/4. My hand currently can't beat a 4-mana 4/4, to be fair. Makes sense. Ooh, I think we gotta go voice first. Although it does seem like they have Hex, so maybe this is worse. Maybe once I saw they got priority when they had a black mana up, I should just, after combat, cast the Warleader's Call. Not sus at all. Take an Elspeth. It's not bad either. Wistfulness, maybe? I guess if I block and they Wistfulness the Warleader's Call, that's bad? Yeah, I'll take this. The best Doomblade ever printed. Best Doomblade ever printed. Is the answer just Terminate? See, it's hard to say Terminate, because Terminate was printed before Doomblade, right? So it's like, the analog of cards printed after Doomblade that were like different versions of it, Terminate's not exactly that. But my answer is probably Terminate, even though you kind of have to ask yourself, like, you know, what came first, chicken or the egg? In this case, the egg came first. Definitely not the chicken. I don't care what they told you in school. Egg always comes first. Superior Spider-Man. So they go to 9, they block these two, go to 5, and that's bad. So your turn. Need like a Catharsis or something. Elspeth maybe would also do it. Terminate isn't a Doomblade because Doomblades cost a B and 1. It's reasonable. So if the criteria was specifically removal spells that cost 1 and a black, the answer might just be Bitter Triumph. Bitter Triumph is really powerful. Could really use that Elspeth. Well, this hand did not work out, by the way, in case you're wondering. Double Rest in Peace 4 lands did not cut it. Well, Go for the Throat's the same thing, right? Because didn't Go for the Throat get printed before Doomblade? I don't actually remember which one came first. What was the first set Doomblade was in? I don't remember. Was it M10? I think it might have been M10. Wait, why not? I should have played the Triumph first, obviously. That was really stupid. M10? Okay. Trying to remember when... Because, what? Go for the Throat was Mirrodin Besieged? When did Besiege come out? Folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment in the comment section down below, what is the best Doomblade ever printed? I feel like my answer is still going to be... Honestly, I think my answer is Bitter Triumph. I think I like that answer. Yeah, Power Word Kill would count. Bitter Triumph isn't a Doomblade. It literally says on the card, black and a colorless, destroy target creature. How do you not call that a Doomblade? Like, I know it has other text on it, but so does every other card printed after Doomblade. The whole point is they're making cards that are better than Doomblade. Is Shield just Edict a Doomblade? No, that's an Edict. There's a difference between a Doomblade and a Diabolic Edict, right? Yeah, I mean, at this point, why do we call it Doomblade? Why don't we call it Terminate? Because Terminate was the OG, right? Is Doomblade a Terminate? Now I'm confused. We need an expert on this. Who's an expert on Doomblades? Definitely not the guy with Doom in his name. Don't ask me. Terror's the OG? Okay, true. Terror's the OG. I think Dr. Doom is the expert. That would also make sense, Red. 1 mana 3/4 coming through. 1 mana 3/4 no longer coming through. Homie drew 4 kill spells. It's not nice. I need to draw a creature. They are doing the machines. They discarded another kill spell. Okay. Can I have a creature? I simply require one single creature. Ooh, that's a lot better than a creature. That is a lot better than a creature. Ooh, that's a lot of triggers. Bottom. 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 Ooh la la. I guess we pop this now in case we draw another Inspiring Vantage. Also not bad. Alright, 2 4/4s. You're at 7. Is anyone else getting distorted audio on the game's sound effects? Really? Does the mic sound bad or no? Is it just the game audio? I wonder why. Mic good, game bad. Really? Echoey and resonancy. Okay, hold on. What if I did that? No, that turns off that. I don't know. I mean, I still have it, because basically I have the arena audio set to a separate track. The arena sound glitch that happens sometimes. I think it started. Is there a way to, like, undo the glitch? I've had that happen in the past, and I don't know if there's a way to fix it. Right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, if there's no way to fix it, then I'll just restart after this game, but... Because I've noticed it in the past when, like, when I'm going back to, like, edit a video recording, I've noticed there's been distorted audio at times, and I never know how to fix it. But I think it's specifically an arena issue. I don't think there's anything I'm doing wrong on my side, because my settings are all still the same. And it's not the microphone. The microphone's fine, too. Dwarb. Alright, I'll restart after this game. Tell me if it still happens, though. Right, yeah, but I don't know how to fix that, is the thing. I don't know if there is a way to fix it. Alright, I'll restart after this game. But tell me if it still happens, because... No. What's up with these 5-landers? I mean, I guess I'm not going to 5. It's not a great hand, but... Voice of Victory! Phantom Interference? When's the last time you saw that card? Dimir player from 2021 spotted. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Blue black with coach, huh? Also, nope. We just need to find creatures. How's the arena sound now? Is it still, like, weird? The Tiny Bizzles. It's still weird? I mean, at this point, maybe I should just turn the arena audio off. Arena sound has still been fine this whole time. Well, there are other people who are saying it's not fine, so I don't know. Sounds perfectly fine. That's so weird that it only happens to certain people. Oh, maybe they're just messing with me? Okay, well that's fair. Bender's Water Skin. Camaro, thank you for the 21-month resub. Appreciate you. Could be the specific battlefields. Maybe. The base is weird. Alright, what if I... turn down the SFX? Well, then you're just not going to hear anything, but I guess that's also fine, right? Go. I think a sound from Marina is somehow playing on 2 audio tracks. So there's two audio tracks. One audio track for the... there is an audio track for the arena... Why didn't I pick that up? I'm too busy talking. There's an audio track for the arena sound, which is muted to the VOD, but then there's also an audio track for the desktop audio, which is not like that. So the desktop audio is on the live stream, but the arena audio track specifically is muted to the live stream because if I unmuted that, you would hear it twice. Does that make sense? Right? You know what I mean? All right, I'll turn it back on. I don't know what's happening. And that should hopefully fix it. Because then everything is all on its own separate track. We'll do that after this game. I mean, obviously, I don't have time to do it mid-game, but... Yeah, I can try to put it a little bit lower, too. Just so you can have a little bit of it. Cabero, thank you for the resub, by the way. Appreciate you. Riddler. The Rizzler. I've been building since made of gold. No. Catharsis. Could save that. Yeah, I'm gonna save that. Try and hardcast it. Fetch go, huh? Alright. I'm just gonna keep attacking you. They feel about a nesting bot. What is in their hand? Wrong answers only. All counterspells, maybe? They're just passing again? This is just lethal, right? Okay. I don't really know what just happened. That was kind of strange. Anyways. No. Well, if we draw a red source... I think we keep this and pitch the torch. The thing about keeping a hand like this is we get so many looks at it with Triumph Voice. We get a lot of looks at it. So I think this hand's good. See, now I feel like the audio might be a little too high. Go back down a little bit. Ooh. Play that on turn 2. Nope. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like the arena audio is too high now. I'll turn it down just a smidge. Just a smidge. Should be good. Nowhere to run. Rip. Now, let me tell you, if I ever draw a creature, you are in trouble. Big trouble. The Mutagen Band, Living Ooze. Does that count? Eventually. I think we're fine. I think we're doing all right. Will the streamer ever cast another spell this game? Stay tuned to find out. I believe the answer to your question is no. Alright. That was not supposed to happen. In case you were wondering, it was definitely not supposed to happen. What the hell do I do against this? I mean, they have some good targets for Seam Rip. I don't know how many targets they have for Torch. I guess this thing could get torched, but I think I'm going to cut the torches. Play the Seam Rip and the Exorcises. Maybe Sears. I think on the play I don't want as much removal. Yeah, let's try this. Yeah, High Newt against Besiege is a little too low impact. I feel like ACs are, like, relatively expensive to fix on cars. I mean, obviously it depends on what's wrong with it, but... The day that it broke, it was the worst possible day for it to break, because it was like the first day of summer, and it was mid-90s that day. And I had to drive to Rhode Island for an RCQ, and the whole way there I just had, like, the AC was blowing hot air the entire time. It was brutal. And, like, I didn't even know it was broken until I was, you know, got into my car. I actually almost turned back. It was that bad. But they're going to tell me tomorrow what's wrong with it. Power 4 or greater, huh? Did you say power 4 or greater? You sure about that? Oh no, I did that. But, like, it was so hot outside that it didn't even really help that much. 2 mana, 2 1/1s. I believe that means the game is over. GG. I know you want to put a counter on that thing. Didn't use the map tokens? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Your turn. Why wouldn't they... They just did nothing with their mana? I guess they're holding the map tokens for, like, a Obsessive Pursuit turn, maybe? Yeah, I mean, they do play Obsessive Pursuit, so... No, hit a spell, please! Hit a spell. I don't really know what my plan is this game. I don't think I have a plan. I guess this is the plan. Air Temple until morale improves. Not really sure how I'm supposed to beat that. It seems difficult. Can exercise one of them. It's an interesting draw. When a triple block. I think I'd rather keep the Headliner in play now. That's what I was thinking. Is that lethal? So call Catharsis. They take 3, go to 13. Headliner gets them 1 more, they go to 12. They can only block 3, so they block these 3. And they would take... No, not even close, right? They take 6. I mean, I'm dead on board. They just go crew, a map, so I have to at least try. Maybe I can, like, use Headliner to kill something? No, because I can't... Yeah, I can't use Headliner to kill the airship, because they're just not going to crew it this turn. I guess the play could have been Catharsis to make tokens, pass the turn to them, and then Headliner one of the airships. That doesn't feel like a winning line, though. I can Exorcise one of the ships to not die, and hope that, yeah, I guess that's a plan. And just hope that we can find a way to kill them next turn. Kind of have to, right? Right, yeah. Just set up for a big turn next turn. Draw 2. Definitely gonna pass here, though. Ugh. It's not looking good. He's not looking good. At least we fixed the audio issues. At least they can't do that this turn. Hardcast Catharsis. It is the same as it was the last turn, plus 4 more, right? Oh, I'm just super dead. We're gonna gain so much life this turn. There's almost no way I can beat that, right? They can even lifelink the flyer. Oh yeah, they just draw the other pursuit. This is just lethal, right? Yeah, this is just 10. Yeah, this is just 10. Alright, I'm dead. I've been defeated. Smile. Alright, I mean, it's a fine hand, but it is on 5, so I don't feel so great about it. Yeah, I guess we just do it like this. And hope the draw land for Suki. Is green real yet? Define real. 2/2 enters tap. Whenever Whiplash attacks, if he's equipped, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of equipment attached to him. Noted. I mean, 1 mana 2/2 is not bad. Esper. Jesus. I like where they're going with this. The number of equipment. So they probably want to get a cheap one with this. They could get the Great Sword. That's the one they can auto-equip. Not auto-equip, but pay 3 life to equip. Yo, we're bustin'? I don't know if you know this, but bustin' makes me feel good. The Mighty Thor. Yeah, that makes sense with the equipments. Equipment enters, draw a card, and this can flicker a non-token artifact or creature. I like it. Okay, we're jamming. We are jamming. They're going to block Stadium, but we'll get a token back off of it. We'll go to 6. Trigger! Alright, you're at 6. Give me a Warleader's Call would be a nice one. I don't think so. I can't think of any other way to cheat equipment into play. There's no, like, Stoneforge Mystic type thing. We're busting, alright. We are bustin'. Bustin'. So on board, they go to 2. So we need to find Torch. Torch. It's not bad either. I guess it is just free to send everything, right? Because if they can't double block Suki, if they double block Suki, they're dead. So they have to, like, trade, eat, go to 2. Yeah, this is just a free attack. I mean, they're gonna get to bust. But no matter what I do, I can't stop them from busting. Draw a card, you may cast a spell from your hand without mana cost. Mana value less than or equal to that damage without paying its mana cost. Holy shit. Am I dead? Whoa. So they get to cast a spell with 8 mana value for free? They don't have any good 8-drops. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Okay. I was like, I don't think I'm dead. I was almost dead, to be fair. You get any 8-drops over there? -2. Alright, torch my ass. Torch and Seam Rip. Exorcise is probably good against the equipment deck too, right? I don't know. Exorcise being sorcery speed is kind of awkward. But it is still pretty good against the stupid enchantment. Yeah, I'll just play 2 Exorcise. The new Leyline 1/1 haste. I've seen people building decks with, like, that card and the red Leyline. Personally, I don't think those decks are very good. Mostly because I think it's just so hard to play the red Leyline with how many Boomerang basics there is. And I don't know what else you're doing with Quicksilver besides the red Leyline. So, I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm not thinking of, but it didn't seem that good to me. Yeah, it's a good enabler for speed. Maybe like some sort of red-green pump spell deck with, like, that doesn't play Leyline, but it does play the Hemosipic Might or something like that. I could maybe see that. Did I just get Aether Sparked? Commandeer straight player, look at the many cards top of your library, may exile non. This has so many words, I'm just not reading it. I'm sorry for you, or I'm happy for you, but I ain't reading all that. Killed my legend, idiot. I'll play another copy. Should have let them keep the cloud, I guess. Jesus Christ. Good thing I got lands. Good news is we're never going to miss a land drop. Equipment enters, attach it to a creature you control. Creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has flying. Can't stop ya. So we're gonna make cards to real exile a non-land card from among them, but the rest on the bottom you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. So you're telling me that I should probably block Cloud this turn. So I'll do that. Is that good enough? I kind of think we need to dig for Elspeth. That's probably good enough. Yeah, that's gotta be good enough, right? Just wasting all my scries. -5 scries. God, do I triple block? Triple block, do nothing next turn, and then turn after Catharsis? I don't know. It seems like they have a protection spell. It has First Strike? Oh, okay, never mind. What gives it First Strike? This thing? +2/+2, First Strike, Vigilance. Okay, this thing gives it First Strike. Got it. Good thing I didn't triple block. I think I need to try to hard cast the Catharsis. I'm going to be honest with you, this is the first time I've ever read 90% of the cards they're casting, so you're going to have to forgive me if I mess something up. Because I just don't know what their cards do, man. I'm just telling you right now, I'm going to mess something up, and I accepted that. Like, I'm just okay with it. Okay, now we find the Elspeth. Now we find the Elspeth. I'll keep that. Now we find the Elspeth. Yeah, I should probably keep that, right? Attack you with my don't say it. Don't say it. Whatever you do, don't say it. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. 5/8? No, well, I mean, it's a 5/6 now, but... See, now I can triple block it. Right? First strike? Yeah, okay, I can triple block it now. Decline. Yeah, fuck you, I'm declining. I don't need lands. What am I going to do with my 8th land anyways? Oh yeah, they can do that. Right, you get 1 attack. What's the worst that could happen, right? Wait, can they ult Aetherspark now too? It's not a chump. They had a 4/4. There's no chumping here. They had a 4-power first striker, and I had a bunch of 4 toughness guys. So I could have traded the other 2 for 8 more damage, but it was not lethal. This thing has 29 loyalty. Well, they can add 10 mana. They didn't add 10 mana? What the hell? Why did they add 10 mana? Alright, get out of here. Is this lethal? 3, 6, 9, 13, 16. Yeah, it is lethal, right? Catharsis! That was a weird match. I don't exactly know what to make of that. Political Catharsis. That would be a name of all time. That would certainly be a name of all time. I mean, it does describe what's going on, right? You know? I think I'm just gonna call it Get Fisked. Go fisk yourself. Ah, May. What's she doing here? It's the crossover. Give me a land. Yeah. In turn. Yeah, getting fisky. Guess I'd rather kill Amalia. Yeah. Amalia's way scarier. -3. I guess we go Catharsis first. Yeah. Trying to think if it matters how you stack these triggers. I don't think it does. Yeah, I don't think it matters. As long as you do the counters. No, yeah, it doesn't matter. I would still need one more mana to activate that. I think I'm going to bottom that one. Yeah, because I'd have to draw a land after that. Like, it's not bad. Oh, I can cast it this turn. Yeah, we're keeping that. Because I can just cast it this turn. So I still have a red mana left over. I forget. Yeah, on top of everything, this card also draws a card. Why does it draw a card? I don't know. You get a lot for 1 mana these days. It's crazy the value of a single mana. Inflation, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, you're not gonna like what you see, I promise you. You're not gonna be very happy to see my hand right now. It's like the pre-duress bug, you know? Pre-Thoughtseize bug. Good luck. Good luck, sir. You're gonna need a lot. I guess we could get split up. At least if we get split up, we have a one-off nesting pot. Empties. What are we emptying? Kill my stadium. Rude. Yeah, the turn 4 starting down. Not quite lethal. They go to 1. They go to 1, but they have to chump block with Aunt May. I mean, it's getting worth it, right? Actually, if I double white, do they still have to chump block? Yeah, so it's 1 less damage. I guess I'll just do it this way. Oh wait, no. This is 3. Yeah, it's still short. Block here, take 6. So this is the same. Right. Oh, okay. Or at least didn't chump block. Alright, so... White, black, life gain. Yeah, I guess they could also just not block. They're off it. Seam Rip good. Torch good. Sear may be good. Cut down on some of the 1-drops, maybe? Definitely need the Elspeths to go, like, over their blockers. try that. I don't know how many, like, how many removal spells we should be having in our sideboard. I think we probably have too many right now. Sear also just doesn't even seem that good in this format. Like, I just don't want to pay 2 mana to kill a thing. Way too much mana. I'd almost rather just play a Rhodes. Sand is a little sketchy, but I mean, Triumph just going to do work. This is a Triumph solo hand. Lunar Convocation. End step if you gain life, lose a life. End step if you gain and lost life, make a 1/1. I guess I'll kill that. The clock is ticking. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, Erode is just like, against people who are playing 4 and 5 mana creatures, like Landfall, even sometimes against Prowess, you want it against the Slickshot Show-Offs. Ugh. Ugh. Now my hand's a lot worse. Should have saved the Seam Rip, I guess. Yeah, it's like Erode and Sear are both really good against Landfall. I mean, I guess you could maybe argue that Sear is slightly better against Prowess, but I'm not even sure that's true because the mana efficiency is so much more relevant than giving them a tap land. So, I think Erode's probably just better against Prowess anyways. And if that's the case, why are we playing Sear, you know? Yeah, that's a good point. The people who are playing Tablet of Discovery, it makes sense for them to play Sear, because they just want more spells they can play off Sear off of Tablet. So that does make sense. Moseo. Yes, this is all fine. I guess we just let them. Wait, they didn't attack. What? They're 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I hang on to the torch. Yeah, it's only bad if I draw exactly Elspeth. Elspeth or Temple, I guess. That's pretty good. I like that. Happens. Do I want a second copy of Triumph? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Because assuming they're going to take 4 this turn, they go to 5, the game's probably just going to be over next turn. Right, and it's not like I need more scries after the fact. I think I'm just going to bottom that. It is certainly better than drawing a land, but I have a lot of draws in my deck that are better than that, so I think just bottoming it makes sense. Alright, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Yeah, if they had any way to gain life, this game might be a lot different, but... Yeah, well, I mean, I could just kill Sephiroth. I could just go Torch, sack the Nesting Bot, kill the Sephiroth. So, most things they could play this turn that would be concerning, I do have the kill spell for. Case is fine. Also fine. Yeah, I guess it's less fine. They're at 3. So... I don't think I can kill that. I could kill this stupid token. Okay, I don't know why they're not attacking with the Starscape. So that's lethal. Unless they have a kill spell. I mean, they definitely gotta be good if they have a kill spell. Damage step. I think it means we're 1 away from Mythic. Oh. This hand looks really good. Oh god. Look what I've done. Okay, never mind. Mice. Mice. In my standard? In 2026? You know that there was a ban list that happened like, almost a year ago at this point, right? Maybe they haven't logged in since then. Yeah. Mice standard? My standard. It's all one word. Mice format was like 2 years ago at this point, right? Yeah, 1 year. I'm a coward. I just want you to know that I'm a coward. Specifically. We're getting cheeked up? We're cheeking up? Yeah, I guess be Ronins. The last Ronin's technique. I got a bot for you as well. Alright, you figure it out. You figure it out. That's true. They don't have land, so they clear... I mean, they got some action over there. I don't know what Krug is up to. Their hand could be all gas. Catharsis. I didn't do the math, but I'm just going to kill one of their blockers and hope it's enough. I'm going to make them do the math. Block, block, 2, 4, 6, 8. Alright, they didn't do the math. They could have survived, but... on one land, I don't really know what they're doing, so that makes sense. Yeah, same thing. I just don't want these 2-mana kill spells. Maybe this is finally a matchup I don't want Elspeth in. Especially if they have shit like Ancestral Anger. Like, they might be trying to kill me real fast. We can kind of just go wider than they can. Yeah, let's just cut the Elspeths. I don't want 5-drops against Flowerfoot Swordmaster. And that's saying something. It might not be as bad as Oko, but it's like, it is up there with Oko in terms of like how much it broke the format. I think so. That's a really good drop. God, games are so much easier when you have turn 1 Triumph. Shout out to Emberheart Challenger. Let's go Novice. I'm gonna kill the Challenger now. I don't want to mess around with that. guess maybe getting a free scry there was good, because I'm so unlikely to pop this clue at any point, because I have so much to do with my mana, but it's close. Are we getting manifolded? Did that one not get banned? I literally don't remember. If you told me it was banned, I'd believe you, but I sincerely don't remember. It's not banned? Okay. I believe you. But again, if you had told me it was banned, I would also have believed you. Dude, this card is so good. I'm over here singing the praises of Political Triumph, man. This card is so sick. Shout out to next turn. It's gonna be a nice turn. Get fisked. What's up, Fisk? Oh yeah, the RCQ promo. I think I still have a bunch of those. There's gonna be a lot of triggers that go on the stack. No! Wasn't nice. They killed my friend. I wanted him. Alright, I cast free Demonic Tutor. Looking for Catharsis or Warleader Skull. Keep it. I like how I stacked them perfectly. Even though I didn't know the order. That one... Yeah, I guess I'll keep that one too. Deuce. Maybe that one's not as necessary. I just don't think it matters. Need to go live early on Monday and do a gamba for how many cards get banned in Standard. What do you guys think the number's going to be? We did it!